Hey everybody, it's good to see you again. This is Sharp Edits number 4. Today we're going to keep it short and sweet. And there is a pun intended because we are going to be editing an image of boba, black sugar milk tea. So good. This is from a local boba tea shop called Good Luck Good Time. Very, very good. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about some difficulties we can run into when taking photos and making them look sharp. So for this situation, there are two different light sources, two major light sources. There's blue light coming from outside. You could see that in the background. And inside the store, you have fluorescence. So it's going to be a little more yellow. So there's a lot of conflicting colors going on here. And what I want to do is not only make the colors as accurate as possible, but also make the lighting look inviting to this delicious treat. So I'm going to first start by adjusting the lighting on the overall image. I'm going to hit the contrast a little bit. Raise the highlights. We do have some peaks, you notice on the histogram on the top. It's because we blew out some details in the background, and that's okay for this situation. I don't like it, but it was pretty dark inside, and sometimes you just have to sacrifice some details to make the image work. So I'm just going through each of these details one by one. You notice that we've already had some pretty good improvements. But what I notice is that the white in the whipped cream on top is not truly white. It's pretty yellow. So I could adjust the entire image's color, the hue, by hitting the color on the bottom, the color menu, bottom right, and then adjusting the temperature, yellows and blues. You see if I take it up further to the right, we have more yellows. Further to the left, more blues. Now I want this to feel accurate, so I don't want it to feel frigid, but I also don't want it to feel like I'm underneath a fluorescent light. So I'm going to take it to the blue side just a little bit. So there we were before, after, before, after, and take it down just a little bit more. So that's it's looking better. It's looking brighter. You know, I'm actually not feeling the blue in the top left and the left of the image. It does make it feel very cool. So to fix that, I'm going to hit the masking button on the bottom left. I'm going to create a new mask by clicking the plus icon on the bottom right. I'm going to go to linear gradient. And I'm going to click and hold from the left. Now I'm going to click the little blue and white square to click and drag it. I could rotate it by clicking and dragging the middle line, and I could adjust the width by clicking and dragging the outside line. So since there is a lot of light affecting this image, I'm going to make it pretty blurred, pretty wide, and I'm going to hit the color on the bottom left hand side. Color. Now I'm going to adjust the temperature. Take it up a little bit. Now you notice when I do this, the yellow mixes with the blues to make a green hue. I don't want that either, so we can adjust the tint. The tint is just below the temp. So you have magentas and greens. So if I crank it to the left, you'll see more greens. If I crank it to the right, more magenta. Somewhere between probably be best. we go. I kind of warmed up the left-hand side, didn't I? Now, I think the details in this boba are awesome, so I'm going to bring out some of the details. I'm going to hit the masking button on the bottom left, plus radial gradient. Now I'm going to select this region because I want these details to jump out. I'm going to hit the clarity button. Ooh, look at that. Really drawn out the details, haven't I? Ooh, maybe even a little bit of texture. I'm going to zoom in to see, to make sure it looks accurate. I'm going to do dehaze just to see what happens. Ooh, I kind of like that actually. If I take it the other way, you notice it kind of tones it down, right? It adds haze. This is dehazing when I crank it to the right. I kind of like it right there. Now I do notice the overall hue in the image is green. If you notice the cream, it does feel a little green to me. So I'm going to go into the color on the bottom right. I'm going to adjust the tint of the entire image. So I moved it to the right a little bit, and wow, did that change everything. Ooh, you notice all the greens before? Took it down. Now I think we're going to have to adjust that one that we created earlier. So I'm going to go into the masks. I'm going to click the one I have over here. I'm going to go to colors. I'm going to take the magentas down a bit. Oh yeah. I'm going to see before, after, before, after. So as you get more into editing, you're going to have a much sharper eye than you have before. You'll start to notice many details. You'll notice the color of the blacks, the color of the whites. You'll notice shadows, highlights, hues on everything. So when it comes time to edit images, you try to dissect each of these layers one at a time. And sometimes you may miss something, but when you go back towards the end before you're finished, take a look at all those little details, like are the blacks truly black, or are they greenish hue or yellow hue? You have to identify that. And are the whites in the image truly white? Are they too yellow or too blue, or too green or too magenta? You're going to want to pay close attention to those details, because ultimately, for most situations, you're going to want them to look accurate. So again, on this image, I wanted to draw out the details, brighten it up a bit, and balance the colors. So I think we've come a long way, and for the sake of time and simplicity, I'll leave it at that for this image. Actually, you know what? It's never complete, right? I'm going to add a little vignette just to draw people in. So remember, vignette adjusts the border, the brightness or darkness of the border. So I'm going to bring them in just a little bit because I want it to pop. I want the product to pop. I'm going to adjust the midpoint a little bit. Roundness. Feather it a little bit more probably. So we went from there to there. There to there. I think we did a pretty good job today. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful for you. Look forward to teaching you more things along the way. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. And feedback is appreciated. That's part of the creative process. Now I know the quality of these videos is not 100%. I'm trying to make this intuitive for people who are editing on their phone for these specific tutorials. I'll find an alternative or a better solution for future videos, but for the sake of these specific mobile editing ones, I am keeping them vertical, and it's all for a good reason for you to notice what it's like and see exactly what I see when I'm editing. So I'm just rambling now. Anyway, have a good day wherever you are in the world, and I hope your journey is going well in this creative process. All right.